Hi, I'm Justine Belinsky. Welcome to Step 1, Play Violin. Today I'm going to introduce you to some of the basic steps in starting on your instrument. Why don't we get started with some basic music notation? The first thing we should look at is the staff. The staff is the 5 horizontal lines the notes are written on. Next, the staff is divided into measures with vertical lines called bars. The next thing we'll look at now is the clef. The violin uses the treble clef, also known as the G clef. The clef is important because it defines the notes on the staff. Another way of looking at it is the clef defines the range of notes that can be expressed on this particular staff. Now we'll look at the idea of notation. The purpose of having these different note values is for the instrumentalist to know how long each note should be played. So a whole note is worth 4 beats, the half note is worth 2 beats, the quarter is worth 1, the eighth is worth half a beat, and the 16th is worth a quarter of a beat. When counting eighth notes, here's a way to count so you can split the beat in half. It sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The way to count sixteenths is similar, except it sounds faster. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Let's take a look at the violin, starting with the bow. This is the frog. This is the hair. This is the stick. And this is the tip. Now let's look at the body of the violin. This is the scroll. These are the pegs. This is the neck. Here we have the fingerboard. These are called F-holes. This is the tailpiece. And this is the chin rest. Okay, let's learn how to hold the bow. The first thing you're going to do is take your left hand and hold your bow horizontally, like this. Next, place the tip of your thumb underneath your frog, like this. Place the tip of your pinky on the screw, or the stick, whichever is comfortable for you. And next, drape your fingers over the top of the stick. Now, can you use those muscles and let go of your left hand and see if you can hold the bow. You may have dropped your bow, and that's okay. Just shake out your hand and try again. Hold the bow with your left hand. Place your thumb underneath the frog. Place your pinky on the top. Drape your fingers over. Let go. Okay, first thing you need to do once you've taken your bow out of the case is tighten the hair. You want to make sure that you don't make it too tight or too loose. Hold your bow with your left hand, and this time you're going to hold it with the hair up. Next, take your right hand and turn the screw on the end of the stick away from your body. This will tighten the hair. The next thing you want to do is use your rosin. Take your rosin out of its case. If it's smooth, sometimes it's hard to apply to the hair, so you can scratch it with a key, and that'll loosen it up a little bit for you. Hold your rosin in your left hand. Hold your bow in your right hand. Place the hair of your bow on top of the rosin and pull, letting the hair drag across the cake. Okay, and then push back. You can do this 2 or 3 times. To tell if you have enough rosin, touch the hair lightly with your finger, and there should be some powder from the rosin on your finger. It's important to remember to loosen your bow hair every time you're done practicing. You're going to do that the same way that you tighten the bow. Just hold the bow in your left hand with the hair up and turn the screw in towards you instead of away from you. Okay, and when the hair is touching the stick, you're ready to put your bow away. A very important aspect of learning the violin is developing an awareness of your body in relationship to the instrument. Always try to stay as relaxed as possible. If you feel your shoulders, neck, or hands tensing up, take a deep breath, relax that area, and go back to your position. Once you are standing comfortably, lift the violin to your left shoulder. The chin rest should go under your left jawline and the bottom against your collarbone. Many people use a shoulder rest, which serves two purposes. First, it increases the depth of the violin so there is a snug fit without having to tense your neck and shoulders. Second, it provides cushioning for the collarbone. Try to hold up the violin without the use of your left arm. This skill will become more important as your level rises. Now let's put the two together. Place the hair of your bow near the frog on any string for right now. When you're ready, pull your bow down. This is called down bow. Now stay there towards the tip and push your bow back up towards the frog. This is called up bow. Okay, now I'm going to talk about tuning. The four strings are tuned to the notes G, D, A, and E. This is a G. This is a D. This is an A. And this is an E. Tuning the violin can be tricky at first. Here are some ways to do it yourself. A tuning fork or pitch pipe will give you the proper pitch. A tuning fork set to a 440A is the one you will need. Your A string is the second string. Therefore, using the peg and fine tuners, adjust the pitch of the string until it is the same as that of the tuning fork. A pitch pipe will give you all of the pitches, so repeat the process for the other strings. A piano or an electric tuner can also be used. Now, get your violin in position and let's practice. We'll continue with just open strings to get used to the feel of the instrument. Placing the bow midway between the bridge and the fingerboard will give you an optimal sound. With a firm yet supple hand, pull the bow down, trying to keep the bow at a right angle to the strings. The pulling motion is indicated by this sign on the screen, and the up bow stroke by this sign. You may find that practicing in front of a mirror can be valuable. By keeping the wrist flexible on the bow changes, your tone will eventually stay smooth and strong. Use a long bowing motion back and forth. Repeat the note until you feel you are consistently generating good tone. Now we're going to play an exercise. We're going to play 4 whole notes on each string, starting with the G string. I'm going to count 4 beats for us, and then we're going to start on 1. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. let's do the D string. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And next we have the A string. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And last of all, we have the E string. Bows up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to move to the second exercise. It's a lot like the first, but we're going to accelerate. And how we're going to do that, we are going to play half notes instead of whole notes. So, half notes are worth 2 beats, and their measures are going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's try the D string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving on to the A string. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try the exercise one step faster. Now we're going to play quarter notes. I'm going to count the same measures, and we're going to play the same strings. 4 notes per string. Ready? Starting with the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's move on to the D string. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to play the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back at the E string again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. The next exercise relates to rhythm. Try it on all of your strings. Remember, I'm going to take the repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get a feel for switching strings. That means the timing between the change of direction and the string switch must be synchronized. Once again, I'm going to count in 4 to start this exercise, and we'll begin on 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you have the hang of the open strings, we can then take a look at some scales. Scales represent the notes contained in a given key. Let's start out in the key of G, which means that a piece in that key will be made up of primarily the same notes in the scale. You can try practicing with your eyes closed to heighten your sense of pitch. Your ears will tell you where your fingers should go better than your eyes. Let's try and play the G scale now. We're going to play each note of the scale as a whole note. I will count to 4 and we'll start on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, when you're playing a scale, the note you end on should sound like the note that you started on, except that it's an octave higher. Now let's try the G scale again, playing half notes instead of whole notes, which will make it faster. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that scale one more time, this time with quarter notes. Instruments up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Many pieces of music require that certain notes be sharped or flatted, as a general rule. The number of accidentals, meaning sharps or flats, that occur regularly in a piece of music determines the key. Rather than writing in a sharp or a flat every time one occurs, these signs are written in a key signature at the beginning of each staff. The time signature is made up of 2 numbers. The bottom number represents which type of note gets the beat, and the top number represents the amount of those beats per measure. Therefore, 3/4 time means 3 quarter notes per measure. Some common time signatures are 2/4, 4/4, and 6/8. One last exercise before we get to the pieces. This one combines string crossing with fingering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play your first exercise together. We're going to play it in slower time so that you have a chance to think about it. 1, 2, 3. Now let's play the same piece together, but this time a little bit faster. I'll count 4 for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to move ahead to the key of D, so why don't we play a D scale first? Start on your open D string and play each note a whole note. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next song we're going to play is Moonlight. First we'll play it slowly, then we'll play it a little faster. I'll count for you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's try that song again, a little bit faster. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. move to the A major scale. Let's play that scale together. Each note should be a whole note. I'll count 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's play a piece called Go Tell Aunt Rhody. Like before, we'll start with a slow version, and then we'll move on to a faster version. I'll count 4 beats for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try that piece again, this time a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to play the D minor scale. The D minor scale has 1 flat in it, and that's B flat. Let's play the scale like we did the other scales, a whole note at a time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3 different kinds of minor scales, but that was the natural minor. Now we're going to play a song called Donut. It's in 2, so I'll count 2, and then I'll come in. First we'll do a slow version, then we'll do a fast version. 1, and 2, and. Now, let's try the same song again, this time a little faster. 1 and 2 and. Now we're going to play Minuet by Bach. First we'll play it slowly for practice, and then we'll speed it up a little. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And now let's try it a little faster. 1, 2, 3. Well, that concludes this video. We've covered a lot of information today, so it's important to review each section several times until you feel comfortable with it. Also, practice, 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 at least 15 minutes a day. Good luck and have fun with it.